Imagine a man disarmed and without an army, who boldly challenged and profoundly transformed an entire empire. This was a fellow who didn't wield wealth as his power. Instead, he made the very absence of it his greatest strength. He certainly didn't brandish swords, but rather an unshakable conviction, never seeking personal power. He devoted himself tirelessly to liberating millions, a truly remarkable feat. But hold on, behind this monumental figure lay an even mightier, quieter force. It was the invisible seed that sprouted and cultivated the most significant social transformation of the 20th century. How could one life, dedicated to the unrestrained giving of time, energy, and spirit, serving both rich and poor, ignite such a flame for justice and peace across a whole continent? The answer, you see, isn't just found in his famous acts of resistance, but woven deep into the very fabric of his being. Mahatma Gandhi absolutely personified generosity. Today, we often just tend to link generosity with making material donations, don't we? Yet Gandhi pretty much invites us to think way beyond that conventional notion, opening our eyes to a broader truth. He brilliantly shows us that the most genuinely transformative generosity isn't measured in tangible goods or possessions, but rather in the profound giving of our most precious asset, ourselves. Yep, our time, our precious energy, our boundless compassion, and our relentless, unwavering pursuit of justice for all. It's truly a game changer. What's more, this is an incredible story that doesn't simply recount India's epic struggle for independence. It also brilliantly unveils how generosity, when truly lived as an unbreakable principle, becomes the authentic seed of genuine social transformation. It's pretty amazing, don't you think, what dedication can achieve? So, before we dive headfirst into more of Gandhi's awe-inspiring journey, would you mind doing a quick favor? Please consider hitting that subscribe button. It truly helps us bring more timeless wisdom your way. Also, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and in the comments below, let us know what city and country you're tuning in from. Let's rewind to young Gandhi's adult life, shall we? Picture him heading off to South Africa as a fresh-faced lawyer. This wasn't just a new job. It was a leap into an entirely different world, a place where his own destiny, and indeed the destiny of many others, was about to take a completely unexpected, earth-shattering turn. There he was, humiliated, thrown off a train's first-class compartment simply because of his skin color. Wow, that must have truly cut him to the quick. Most folks might have just packed their bags, fled in anger, or maybe just stewed in hatred. But not Gandhi. He made an absolutely pivotal choice right there and then. Instead of recoiling, he made the brave decision to stay put and fight. And what's more, to fight for justice. This wasn't some petty personal vendetta. No, it was a selfless act, an unwavering commitment to a cause far greater than himself. It truly set him on a remarkable path, didn't it? This was pure generosity in action, folks. He generously gifted his blossoming career and personal comfort, dedicating himself entirely to the plight of the oppressed Indians he found there. It wasn't about financial gain or personal glory. It was all about pursuing justice for a group that wasn't even his direct client initially. He readily donated his precious time and sharp intellect, diligently organizing the community, crafting petitions, and really sparking the very first inklings of peaceful resistance. He wasn't after a fat paycheck. His sole motivation was justice, pure and simple for those who truly needed a voice. A pretty humbling thought. So what's the big takeaway here then? Generosity, you see, actually begins with the profound choice not to simply turn a blind eye to injustice. Instead, it's about courageously giving of oneself, wholeheartedly dedicating your spirit to the cause and welfare of others. Pretty powerful stuff, wouldn't you say? As Gandhi settled into his path, a truly groundbreaking philosophy began to take root and flourish in South Africa. This was satyagraha, a term that means truth force or nonviolent resistance. It wasn't just a catchy phrase. It quickly became the very cornerstone of a peaceful revolution, a remarkable testament to his vision. This wasn't just some abstract idea. Gandhi put it into action, inviting thousands of people to make profound, peaceful sacrifices. Can you imagine the sheer courage that must have taken? They were to endure arrests, brutal beatings, and the loss of their material possessions, all without ever retaliating. Quite astonishing, really. Here's where Gandhi's generosity truly shone brightly, my friends. He didn't just donate his own boundless courage and unshakable resilience. He brilliantly inspired and mobilized a collective generosity of suffering. It was a communal sacrifice, given freely, all in the unwavering pursuit of a shared, powerful ideal. He quite literally taught folks how to give their most vulnerable selves, bravely exposing the utter brutality of their oppressors. And get this, he turned personal sacrifice into a powerful engine for massive social change. Talk about an incredible strategic move. It showed his profound understanding of human nature and collective action. He was a trailblazer indeed, serving as the ultimate role model. He would always march right at the front, bravely offering his own body to face repression, fully knowing the risks. His actions weren't just symbolic, they were a profound testament to his unshakable belief in the power of nonviolent resistance. Pure grit. What's the deep lesson we can glean from this then? Generosity, my friends, can absolutely be a powerful collective act of sheer courage. It's a moment where the profound act of giving of oneself truly transforms into a potent political and moral force, capable of moving mountains. That's a thought to ponder. Upon his return to India, Gandhi didn't just jump into politics. He immediately immersed himself in the raw, unfiltered realities faced by the masses. He walked the dusty paths, truly experiencing the hardships, and dedicated himself to understanding their struggles firsthand. It was a humble yet powerful beginning. He got right down to business, establishing ashrams and directing his unwavering focus squarely on the poorest of the poor. His actions were a clear statement. Genuine change doesn't just happen from the top down. It blossoms from the grassroots, nurtured by direct personal involvement and compassionate understanding. Think about his powerful campaigns in Champaran, right? He stood shoulder to shoulder with oppressed farmers, fighting for their rights, never backing down. And then there was his unyielding dedication to the untouchables, a deeply marginalized community. This man truly put his money where his mouth was, didn't he? This was generosity in its purest form, folks. Gandhi generously gave his time and boundless energy, living exactly as the most humble people did. He wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty, literally cleaning latrines, spinning his own clothes, and patiently teaching hygiene and literacy. He embraced their life wholeheartedly. He'd sit and truly listen, offering his full, undivided presence, which is a rare gift, wouldn't you say? He brought his sharp legal expertise and natural leadership to the table, organizing peaceful resistance among the peasants against rampant injustices. He was their champion, no doubt about it. He generously lent his powerful voice to those who tragically had none, dedicating his entire life to the direct service of the most vulnerable among us. The real lesson here? True generosity blossoms in the humility of direct service. It's where you give not just what you have, but who you are, to uplift others. Gandhi wasn't just about grassroots movements. He often found himself at the negotiating table, face to face with British viceroys and colonial authorities. His aim? To earnestly seek peaceful, lasting solutions for India's independence. A truly monumental task for any single individual, wouldn't you agree? Think about his relentless meetings and countless correspondences. Even when faced with outright intransigence and violence, he didn't shy away. He leaned into the difficulty, always believing in the power of a reasoned, heartfelt plea, showing incredible fortitude and an unwavering spirit. Here's a profoundly generous act, wouldn't you say? Gandhi freely gave his seemingly infinite time to attempts at dialogue, even with those he clearly considered oppressors. He never, ever resorted to dehumanizing his adversaries, which is a pretty amazing feat of character, don't you think? Instead, he made a conscious effort to appeal to their conscience, offering the generosity of a peaceful solution. He genuinely believed such a resolution would benefit everyone involved in the long run, proving his visionary insight into complex, deeply entrenched conflicts. He truly played the long game. He stubbornly refused to give up on educating, on arguing, on passionately seeking a path that would certainly avoid bloodshed. He generously gave his patience and his unwavering faith in humanity, even when it must have seemed utterly hopeless to so many around him. That's true grit right there. What's more, he even offered an honorable exit to the colonial power, a gesture of profound foresight and statesmanship. The big takeaway here? Generosity truly demands the persistence of dialogue and the deep capacity to extend a hand, even to your opponent, all while seeking a justice that transcends mere retaliation. The joy of independence for India was tragically short-lived, immediately overshadowed by the heartbreaking partition of the nation. What followed was an absolutely horrific wave of massacres, with Hindus and Muslims turning on each other, painting the landscape red with unimaginable violence. It was a truly devastating period. In the midst of this terrifying chaos, Gandhi faced the ultimate crisis, a moment where everything he had fought for seemed to be crumbling into dust. The nation he had tirelessly worked to liberate was now tearing itself apart, a truly gut-wrenching sight for any visionary leader. His point-key moment, his desperate final plea for sanity, came in the form of his iconic fasts. He literally went to the brink of death, refusing food, making a supreme sacrifice to halt the horrific religious violence. His life was on the line, a truly powerful act of protest. Faced with a tragically divided nation literally drenched in blood, Gandhi generously offered the only thing he had left, his own precious life. Can you imagine such a profound, ultimate sacrifice? It really sends shivers down your spine just thinking about it, doesn't it? He absolutely refused to eat, bravely exposing his fragile body as a supreme, heartfelt appeal to the boundless generosity of spirit within his people. He implored them to immediately cease the senseless killing and, instead, to live together in genuine, lasting peace. He generously gave his very existence, his final heartbreaking sacrifice, all to sow the crucial seeds of unity and justice. He did this fully knowing it could very well lead to his martyrdom, a truly heroic and selfless act that resonates through history. That's the ultimate generosity, friends. The extraordinary journey of Mahatma Gandhi, when we thoughtfully view it through the powerful lens of generosity, actually reveals something quite profound. It shows us that generosity isn't just some secondary virtue. It was, in fact, the absolute central driving force behind his epic fight for justice. He pretty much showed us that giving our time and energy, without any limits, and truly serving both the rich, through thoughtful dialogue and steadfast principles, and the poor, with humble service and unwavering solidarity, isn't just a simple act of charity. Nope, it's actually the most powerful force imaginable for genuine social transformation. Now, Gandhi's incredible generosity certainly doesn't demand that we all become saints or even mighty leaders of nations, does it? Far from it, actually. What it does do, rather wonderfully, is invite each and every one of us to cultivate that powerful seed of giving in our own lives, right here, right now, in our everyday existence. And what might that look like for you, you might wonder? Well, it could simply be the precious time you wholeheartedly dedicate to truly listening to someone who needs an ear, or perhaps the focused energy you passionately invest in a truly just cause that stirs your soul. It could also be the unwavering patience you generously offer in a tough debate. What's more, it could very well be the humble, selfless service you generously provide to someone truly in need, without ever expecting an ounce of recognition or praise in return. Remember, these small acts, when accumulated, can create a ripple effect that touches countless lives, truly making a world of difference. Indeed, just like Gandhi, each and every one of us undeniably possesses the profound power to sow the seeds of generosity, not merely with our material possessions, but much more importantly, with our very presence, our boundless compassion, and our unyielding persistence. It truly is a remarkable power, isn't it? So remember this powerful truth, etched into the annals of history. Generosity is, without a shadow of a doubt, the very seed of authentic social transformation. And here's the kicker, folks. That remarkable transformation, that profound journey, actually begins right there, deep within you. May Gandhi's truly inspiring story ignite a fire within each of us, prompting us to generously give more of ourselves, thereby transforming us into active agents of a justice and a peace that genuinely transform the world, one heartfelt act of generosity at a time. Thank you so much for joining us today on Echoes of Asian Wisdom. What aspect of Gandhi's generosity resonated most deeply with you? Please share your thoughts in the comments below, hit that like button, and subscribe for more timeless wisdom. Until next time.